It's Derby Day here in Kansai, the Hanshin Derby, as Vissel Kobe host Gamba Osaka on match day 21 of the 2019 J.League season. What a way to start August, what a way to start a hot and humid summer as ever in this part of the world, with one of the showpiece derbies in Japanese football. Neighbouring cities of Kobe and Osaka in the Shiga area. It's a mid to lower mid-table clash. Vissel Kobe are finding themselves, as they have a little space here with Ryo Hatsuse, in trouble in J1. They're most definitely a relegation-threatened team. And if they lose this game, they go from threatened to in a proper battle. Currently 15th in the table. Chance here, perhaps, to see Fujitani free Furuhashi. He's behind for a corner. Bursting forward was Fujitani. Tried to play the ball to another man who likes to really charge against the fullbacks and the centre-backs. His charging days are over, but his midfield generalship still in its prime. 25-year-old Andres Iniesta to provide the corner kick for the home team. Fujitani. Headed away by Patrick, debutant for the second time for Gamba. More on him later. So doubtless going to be heavily involved in the Gamba attack. Ryo Hatsuse, former Gamba player, joined Vissel this season. Gamba certainly the team in form of the two. 11th in the table. They've been a lot better than in recent months, as Furuhashi does have some space now against Kim. It's gathered by Masaki Higashiguchi. Onose. Attacking touch for Patrick, who's had his shirt tugged just a little bit by Leo Osaki. Kept that ball in nicely, Kosuke Onose. There is another debutant, Hiroki Ikura, who has joined Vissel from the Yokohama F. Marinos. Well over 200 appearances made for the Marinos. Emotional decision made by Ikura. Very tough decision to come to Kobe from Yokohama, where he's called home for so long. Drifting out of first team or first 11 contention at the Marinos. That was nearly a bit of trouble for Higashiguchi. Wellington coming in. An absolute thriller did these two on the 30th of March in Osaka. Vissel won the game 4-3. 3-2 down before Junya Tanaka came on as a 74th minute substitute. Scored 2 goals in the last 10 minutes to completely turn the game around. He's on the bench today. Iniesta. looking for Furuhashi. Different sort of feel to the shape of Vissel without David Villa. Do well to keep this in, and he has done well, Ajimilson. Fukuda was providing an overlapping option. Instead, it's going to be Usami's cross. Ikura is fouled. Now, Keiichiro Ogawa, the replacement for David Villa. Different sort of player, obviously, and space to shoot, and actually provide a few difficulties for Higashiguchi. It's a real opportunity, this, for Ogawa. He's only scored 1 goal this season. J1. Iniesta's corner. Genta Miura with a powerful header away. Noguchi and Samper. Samper in that traditional holding role for him. Strong jump from Wellington, goes to Danclair. Stay forward, the big Brazilian centre-back. Takashi Usami, just his second game after returning to Gamba from Europe. Takao. Tricky one for Yuya Fukuda. Yajima has spotted Kurata, and he's found him too. Can Kurata find the net? He certainly can. The first goal in the Hanshin Derby goes to the visitors. It's Vissel Kobe 0, Gamba Osaka 1, and Shu Kurata gets his 4th of the season. And just as he did in the reverse fixture in March, he scores against the rivals. Timed the run absolutely perfectly, not too heavy with his first touch of the ball, and steers it beyond Hiroki Ikura. It's a very tidy finish from Shu Kurata, the man who is Gamba Osaka through and through, found himself through and in on goal. It was his former teammate Ryo Hatsuse who had the best view of it all. Super start for Tsuneyasu Miyamoto's team. And a little under 10 minutes into his Vissel debut, Hiroki Ikura beaten. Not that there was a great deal he could have done. Yamaguchi trying to play it to Fujitani, who does have real promise in getting forwards. So often the way, isn't it, that one of the veteran players gets a goal in these derby games. The survivor from Gamba's Asian Champions League winning team in 2008. It's the early scorer here at the Noevir Stadium. Could be an interesting little battle to come between the two number 34s today, Fukuda and Fujitani. Both young players, Fukuda 20, Fujitani 21. Samper. Goes to Hatsuse. Fancy a shot. To score a goal. It's just offside, Patrick. Tsuneyasu Miyamoto knows this sort of game very well from a player's perspective. Ajmilson. Patrick might shoot, instead he runs into Osaki. Samper to Iniesta, it's a touch loose from him. It's really nicely played from Fukuda. We've got ourselves a lively derby. Miura. Iniesta. So Fujitani plays it back to the World Cup winner from 2010. Winner of everything else you can win. Yes, it has to be a foul. Well, he just dangled the fishing rod over the water, didn't he? Iniesta there, encouraged them to bring him down. And they bit. Shinya Yajima, whose pass was so wonderful, through to Kurata. Shape into the defensive wall is Masaki Higashiguchi. Iniesta floats it towards Danclair. That's a good take from Ajmilson. Miura on the armband for Gamba. Took over the duties from Yasuhito Endo, who's on the bench. Starting to be used more and more now as a substitute is the veteran midfielder. Certainly looked to all and sundry that when Torsten Fink took over, as Ogawa gives chase. But Vissel's relegation worries, their form had certainly improved and the pressure was easing. It's turned out to be a transient thing. As they now start to sink back down again to where they were right at the beginning of the season. Very good 5-match unbeaten run around the time that he took over, including a fine win away to FC Tokyo. Iniesta, away by Ajmilson. Patrick. Strong player in the air. Koskionose, who spent a year at Renault for Yamaguchi before joining Gamba last year after his career began in Yokohama. For the Yokohama FC team that was something of a Phoenix club following the demise of the Flugels. Osami. Decent cross towards Patrick. Clever ball. Just didn't quite work for Patrick at Sanfrecce. On signing a permanent deal, he was very impressive as a loan signing. It's as though Ryo Hatsuse, oh yes, there. I'd say it looks as though he's got a cut. There's the evidence. Oh, there's how it happened too. Would be hard pressed to blame Patrick for that. Hard pressed to say it was intentional. Certainly painful. And as I was saying, Patrick struggling this season at Sanfrecce, and very happy to have the opportunity to go back to the club where he enjoyed probably the most consistent spell of his career. And what a time to make your debut as well in the Hanshin Derby. Marshals Osaki forwards. Sergi Samper back in the team after a month and a half. Fujitani does well, just didn't have enough pace on that, and Kim cuts it out. Brazilians trying to combine. Iniesta. Wellington just takes a bit of a stumble. And then forces on Arce to take a stumble. A lot of Vach-Mielsen, but he stayed strong against Danclair. Wellington to Iniesta. And the run is Ogawa. Wellington in the box. Instead, Furuhashi is the one who goes up for it. Now repaired and bandaged up. Hatsuse. Looks like that's done the job. So you can still see. Osaka. Iniesta takes that nicely past Kurata. Draws the foul, as he so often does. Has got a few goals so far, including 2 in the Grampus game. And in that really important win against FC Tokyo. She keeps it alive. Iniesta tries to get the little flick back from Yamaguchi. He's far forward. Samper has got good distribution to find young So Fujitani. Wellington was the most likely target. Experienced Usami back, helping out his defenders. He's a man who's delighted to be back here at Gamba. 31-year-old. 38 goals over a few years. He was a very popular member of the team. Over 100 games in the league. Osaka starting to get a few more starting berths in the Vissel team. Ogawa is into trouble. Have to play in a very different way, Vissel, from how they've been playing with David Villa, looking for so many balls over the top as Samper just huffs and puffs and is unhappy. It certainly feels as though it was a 50-50 ball there with Usami. His case was the more convincing, though. It's a very humid time of the year. Around July, August, September in this part of Japan, in Honshu. And here in Shiga Prefecture, it does get very warm of an evening. This certainly added a little bit of heat to the contest, didn't it? Shukurata, to the delight of Tsuneyasu Miyamoto. He knows it's a long old 90 minutes when you're playing your rivals. It is a wonderful time of year to visit the triangle of cities of Osaka, Kobe and Kyoto. Lots of festivals. Lake Biwa is right in the heart of it all, the largest freshwater lake in Japan. Very popular tourist destination. There's a huge fireworks display. Can Furuhashi create fireworks of his own? He finds Wellington, who doesn't quite connect with that for whatever reason. Higashiguchi able to regather the ball. Looked as though Wellington and Ogawa were sort of in two minds about what to do. Hashiguchi pressurised a touch by Wellington. Like he's suffering no real ill effects other than a change in fashion sense. Ryo Hatsuse. Chance for Yajima to get the ball out wide, and Yuya Fukuda trying to link up with Takashi Usami on this left side. Entering the player forward, Kurata now makes the run. Rose should be Osaki's without too much trouble. Iniesta gives it away to Shinya Yajima. Kurata looks on the wing and finds Fukuda. Crosses towards Kurata, nearly got that ball back. Samper to try to bring it forwards and ease some pressure. Furuhashi makes a run down the left, instead going over the top Iniesta. But it was really nicely read by the defence. It's back now, Kim Young-gwon, after having come forward to cut out the Iniesta long ball. Doing a lot of closing down of Higashiguchi Wellington. Managed actually to close him down right at the start of the game and is always lurking around. By Iniesta on Kim. Does rather get clobbered on the ankle, the Korean defender. Player who joined the club this season. Knows a thing or two about what makes a good defender, does Tsuneyasu Miyamoto. 71 appearances he had for the national team. Barking his team to come forwards out of defence, Torsten Fink. To be a touch more proactive. Put on by Wellington, but Furuhashi couldn't control the ball. It's cut out by Osaki, who is heeding his manager's advice and getting more forwards. Chitani. Gucci has also come quite far forwards for this attack. Charlie's cross in the end hacked away. Samper. Ahead of Iniesta was number 9, Ajmilson, and here is an opportunity to spring on the counter-attack. Ajmilson goes to the number 33, Usami, and it's with Patrick. Back to Usami. Have they just left it too long? Indeed so. In the end, it's very comfortable for Hiroki Ikura. Far too comfortable, really, considering the fact that Ajmilson found himself one-on-one. Now getting behind the defence is Furuhashi. Iniesta has to drive forwards into the area. Down he goes. It's Ogawa. Very good shot. Well, all eyes were on Iniesta as he hit the ground, and Ogawa was the quickest to react, and that's a very good try. Ryu Takao not able to close him down. Might well be that Higashiguchi was beaten had that been on target. Gucci just about finds Iniesta. Tough for him to control that though. Played with a little bit too much mustard. Oh, he's got a real chance. Ajmilson has sprung the offside trap, floats it over the top of the goalkeeper and wide. Where did he come from? That's the question Hiroki Ikura will be asking of his defenders. Ajmilson with a real opportunity to make it 2. Huge relief for Vissel as once again Iniesta tries to find Furuhashi. It's twice that's been the immediate response to really conceding at the other end. Susei calling affirmatively for the ball. They were very nearly embarrassed by Ajmilson, the Vissel defence. Osaki. The impressive and increasingly present Dancler in the Vissel team. 17th appearance of the season. Starting to look really at home is the Brazilian centre-back. A player who has, throughout his career, struggled really to find a club after his time at Botafogo. Have a couple of years at Estoril in Portugal. Wasn't always there. Was drifting around a bit to other places. Foul by Ogawa. Muscled Fukuda off the ball to try to create some space for that diagonal. Takao. Oh, that's been stolen. Otaro Yamaguchi, and then ends up a rather anticlimactic finish. It's good anticipation by the Vissel number 5. to Ogawa. Yamaguchi linking up with Fujitani. Iniesta. On to Furuhashi, who has had Suse. Instead crosses on his own, all the way towards Ogawa. Important touch away. Iniesta. Be careful they don't bring him down in this sort of position again. Samper. Suse's out wide. It's centrally. Now it does go out from Wellington to the number 19 to cross. This is going to be a tough one. Nodded on, but only into the arms of Higashiguchi. Iniesta driving forward and shooting on his own. Fukuda. Certainly is a lot of life in this contest. Opportunity for a couple more goals in this first half. Looking at the moment like the sort of free scoring game that we had on the 30th of March. You just never quite know with a J1 match. It's well played from Iniesta to Fujitani. Fujitani plays it towards Wellington, behind Ogawa. It's a very clear plan there from Wellington, knew exactly where Ogawa was. It's where he wanted him to be. Kurata has gone down with Iniesta, both in a bit of pain. Iniesta holding his face. Doesn't get a trailing arm there, Iniesta, as he's challenging. Yeah, looks like he does. Challenges Kurata. Cross from Hatsuse that tested Higashiguchi via Wellington. And Claire has to think carefully and judge the weight of that right. Looking Fujitani. That's the sort of thing I always say just before. The only error the players made in the game so far. Sorry about that, so Fujitani. Blame me. Going in hard was Yuya Fukuda and coming away with nothing. Iniesta. twists and turns and will surely go out wide. Fujitani, delayed delivery of the ball. And it must be a foul by Samper. It is Kim Young-won, Jeonju University graduate, to play it forwards. He was a very gifted futsal player during his time at university as well, played for the national team. Patrick, clear away. Actually plays that nicely to Iniesta, who ends up just having to whack it into the air as Yajima was all over him. Certainly doing their utmost, the central midfielders, to stick to Iniesta as best they can. The danger is when Gamba do something like that, they, of course, the risk of opening up a little space on the wing. Decision maker, Dankler. Fujitani. He's brought down. He thinks he's brought down. For he doesn't. Just look to play this out eventually to Hatsuse. Furuhashi now with a clever ball to Fujitani. For the first time, Ogawa committing the foul. He's got a very clear tug of the shirt on Kim. Masaki Nigashiguchi, who had a busy start of the year internationally, representing his country at the Asian Cup of Nations. AFC Cup, rather. Milson creating some space for Yuya Fukuda. Fukuda up against Fujitani. He's done really well, Fujitani, to deflect that behind. Takashi Usami in a threatening position. Fukuda with a little layoff to Usami, and he tracked his player with intelligence, Fujitani. Very important touch. Nielsen is with Ikuru, who can't really get forwards. Patrick jumping into him, but it was the other Brazilian, Admilson, who blocked Hiroki Ikura from getting towards Patrick. Keep an eye there, he has to really run around him, and actually he's nowhere near getting this Ikura. He's rather clattered into by Patrick. And if you ask any attacker, they'll say, I'm perfectly entitled to jump for that. You need to ask Ikura what he would say. Chanting his name already, the Vissel fans. Comes here with extraordinary pedigree as a player from the Marinos. Arming towards Ajmilson. It's the overlapping run, but use it. Karata and Patrick are the options in the box, if they can be found. Fukura thinks that should be a corner. He's the only one. Samper. Yamaguchi. Well, it is going to be a close game as we head into the second 45 minutes. Can Vissel manage to steal an equalising goal right at the conclusion and really get this alive? Miura heads away. Last action of this first half. An entertaining first half, but most importantly of all, a close first half, because it means in the Hanshin Derby that it is all to play for as we go into the second 45 minutes at the Noevir Stadium in Kobe. His team trailing, courtesy of the goal scored by Shu Kurata in the 8th minute of the match. So at the break it is Vissel Kobe 0, Gamba Osaka 1. So the second half begins at the Noevir Stadium. The Hanshin Derby is at the moment in the hands of the visitors, Gamba Osaka. They have the ball with Patrick and have the lead through Kurata. It's an early shooting opportunity for Kosuke Onose. That was not too far away at all. Closer than I thought it was first time I saw it. It was a very decent chance for Onose right at the start of the second. Well, they have had a fair few opportunities, Gamba, probably more so than Vissel. Through Wellington and also through Ogawa in the first half. Yamaguchi goes out to So Fujitani. Suse, injury in the first half in the collision with Patrick. Osaki intercepts far forward, fancies a shot. Let's have a player down. Not sure exactly what happened to Kurata here. He just gets swiped by Ogawa as he's trying to shoot. Oh yeah, he really does get a proper old kick in the ankle. No malice in it. Here's Patrick. Urahashi. Reasonably quickly to Wellington. Wellington once more. Now finds Fujitani. No changes at half-time for either of the sides. Worth reminding ourselves that Vissel have got on the bench Junya Tanaka. Did score those 2 goals that utterly transformed the match in March. Goalkeeper's come a long way. Guru and Dankler not exactly on the same wavelength. But no immediate damage done. Guru. Kurata. Patrick. Sami, such a welcome re-addition to the team. Unose thought about a shot. Wellington. Just wondered if he was hurt as he hit that ball. It's okay. Ogawa. Wellington is the obvious player to aim for. Iniesta. Ogawa. Will beat the first man on that occasion, but Kurata hacks it away. Chance for Iniesta to pop the ball on the head of someone like Dankler, like Wellington. Didn't go short. Atsuse, goalkeeper, assertive. All a little bit statue-like apart from him. From Achmilson. Now to back in line, having traction early. Samper, lovely vision to Fujitani. Just a little bit too much on the cross as Takao gets a small touch to Iniesta. Iniesta has Samper as an option. Keeps it and tries to go himself. Prevented from going behind by Takao. Ryu Takao and Yuya Fukuda have been very useful additions to the side. Coming up from the under-23s, both made their debut on the 18th of May. Been hard to get out of the team since then. And he's battled hard as Keijiro Ogawa to get on the score sheet today, as he does every day. Still only has a single goal this season. Iniesta. It's a great leap from Miura. couple of the number 34s there was Fukura, Usami. Patrick is making a run forwards, and he's been found. Patrick, he's still got it, and he's surely going to put it in. He returns to the place where he played some of the best football of his career. It is a welcome home for the 31-year-old. And he does it in the Hanshin Derby, a debut goal in his second debut for Gamba Osaka. Beautifully played on by Kurata. And indeed played onside by the Vissel defence and Hotaru Yamaguchi. Maybe they just lost their shape a little bit, Vissel. Ikura got a touch on the ball, couldn't keep it away from Patrick. What it means to him to be back here at the club that he loves. So the visitors 2-0 up and really starting to control the game. Furuhashi might try one. Pressure mounts for Torsten Fink's team. Defeat here and they are well and truly in a proper old scrap at the bottom end of the table. Gamba are starting to play in an even more assured fashion. Controlled by Fukura. Usami, man who knows this fixture very well, having played here for the best part of a decade, albeit with some time on loan in Germany, having just returned from 3 years in Germany a couple of weeks ago. He needs to tell him just what it is to win the Hanshin Derby. Onose. To Hatsuse. Just a touch subdued now, some of the Vissel fans. Recognising that it is a very tall order against a Gamba side that has only lost 1 of their last 9 games. Can't hold the ball at the moment, Vissel. Usami. Nielsen keeps the attack alive. Shinya Yajima. Usami. Fancies one. Did score a lot of goals for Gamba in his first spell here, 64 in 138 J1 games. Rather J.League games because of that brief spell that Gamba had outside of the top flight. Nagawa again making a run, but Matsuse not spotting him and holding the hand up in apology. They've won it back well. Patrick. Oh, 2 defenders really getting in a bit of a tangle, and Ryo Osaki was not far away from putting that ball into his own net. Danclair coming across, Osaki in the other direction. It was trickier, definitely, for Osaki to play. Play it he did, and probably had a very nervous half a second or so. Wondering if that one was going to be Ball was sliced in. Yasuda's corner. Goalkeeper comes and doesn't get there. Into Miura. With a really powerful leap. Very happy with the delivery. Made such a good run, Miura. Might have done more with it too. Iniesta runs into trouble. It's the free kick. Sami with the foul. Some of the Vissel players complaining it should have been a yellow card for Takashi Usami. Keijiro Ogawa. Miura to the full-back position. Iniesta, Furuhashi. Furuhashi did have an option to play that to Fujitani. Able to add to his 5 J1 goals so far this season. To Iniesta, who's had his shirt pulled by Kurata. Advantage played. Hashi comes forward, Iniesta goes down. They've eventually committed the foul that could be costly. So often the way, isn't it? The free kick comes from Iniesta being brought down. Miyajima in the end. No real control in that challenge, and a wry smile. Knew what he'd done. Now then, is this an ominous sign for Gamba Osaka? Because on comes the man who turned the whole thing around in the first Hanshin Derby of the season. Replacing Sergi Samper. He's completed his first hour in the first team for a month and a half. 2 goals in 10 minutes he got in the reverse fixture. 3-2 to 4-3. It's not the only concern right now for Higashiguchi. Would it be Iniesta? Could be Hatsuse. It is a dangerous position. It's Iniesta. And the ball doing well. It had been Patrick who got the touch, or Onose. Iniesta. Chance so far for him to add to the six rather that he scored in the 2019 J1 season. Now Adjemilson's making a good run. Dankler must get across. Dogged defending from Dankler, but they've kept possession, the team in white. Dankler gets there again. Prevent the corner. Believes that he was fouled. Ryuji Sato, referee, not interested in a conversation. Dangerous delivery. Patrick was closest, getting something meaningful on that. Miura as well involved. Fujitani. Furuhashi. Calling for the ball, Tanaka. Sinclair not able to handle this one, needs some help from Osaki. Suse able to get his cross in. Down by Onose, tracking back well. Sinclair quite far forwards. Fujitani managing to beat Fukura, but ran out of space. Well, a very fine debut for Patrick has come to an end. Having scored just over 10 minutes ago, he now departs to be replaced by the veteran Gamba Osaka player, the much-loved Yasuhito Endo. 39-year-old has played well over 700 games for Gamba since joining in 2001. It's very much a defensively minded change for the team that's 2-0 up, as you'd expect. Here comes Junya Tanaka. Clever ball as well to Hatsuse. Is it going to drop? Just not quite. Sense that Hatsuse was willing that ball to take a little less time in the air. Just kicked up a little bit too much on the second bounce, perhaps. But a good bit of distribution from Tanaka. Change to be made. Keiichiro Ogawa, who's run a hard race, had too many opportunities after that opportunity in the first half. Replaced by Asahi Masuyama, 22-year-old from Fukuoka, who joined the team straight from high school. Trying to play it to Ajimilson, who's got space. Can he wrap it up? Off the post. Still danger. Kurata saved by Ikura. That might have been the moment for Gamba to make this safe. Still the attack continues. Onose to Endo. Vissel can't take a breath yet. Sami involved, and now he's going to work it more centrally. Yajima. Still it is Yajima, now plays it to Kurata. Might try a shot again. A clever play, across goal and almost put in. Yajima to Ryu Takao. 3 chances in such a short space of time. And had Takao maybe just been half a foot ahead of where he actually was, that ball goes in, and it is indeed the 3rd goal. First Ajimilson, then Kurata, then Takao. He can't quite believe probably that his team are not 3-0 up. Stressful times in the Vissel dugout. Ajimilson Just off the post. Oh, does Ikuda get a touch on that ball? He certainly gets a touch on that one, but it might well be that Hiroki Ikuda, just with a fingertip, turned that onto the post from Ajmilson, and if he did, that's a sensational save. He is perhaps reliving that moment, Ajmilson. Just wonder if indeed Ikuda did get the gentlest of brushes on that ball. And if he did, that may well have been enough to stop it rearing in off the post. Well, they survive by the skin of their teeth, Vissel Kobe. Still an enormous way back. It is not quite over. Dankler goes long. Hasn't done that too much in the game so far. He's doing it a lot more with David Villa there in recent games. Sami. Endo. Kurata out wide. Might wait for the overlap, has a look for it. I'll say. Ikuda. Certainly has been a busy debut, hasn't it, for Hiroki Ikuda, the Vissel goal. Urging the defenders to move forwards and push up. Real touch for Masuyama. Hasn't played in J1 since April. Fujitani so preoccupied with beating Fukuda that he didn't really do anything with the ball. So important, the addition of Endo in that holding role. That's what he's there to do, just to try to chase people like Wellington. But they've rather handed it back to the home side. Fujitani against Kurata. Well controlled by Masuyama. Iniesta. Over in the corner. Dankler, does he fancy a hit? No, instead opts for the pass to Tanaka. Blocked, and a bit of pinball in the penalty area. Iniesta on Sousay, he goes down. Goes down, hopefully. The Gamba players say, get up. And he obliges. Meiji Sato remotely interested. Osuke Onose was not best pleased by Sousay going down there. Miscontrolled. Yamaguchi wins it back. Iniesta. Tanaka. Tanaka's hopeful that Furuhashi will play it to him. Furuhashi in the end was reasonably close. Wanted this to be laid off to him. Tanaka, and wasn't too pleased when it wasn't. Oh. It's going a little bit heavily on Genta Miura. There's much consternation on the Vissel Kobe bench. Rather off the bench because nobody's really sitting down now. Not that Torsten Fink ever really sits down. He does, as a player of enormous repute, still act like a player on the sidelines. Forward, Ikuruda tried to build up the attack. Goes short to Yamaguchi. Iniesta uses Hatsuse on the wing cleverly. Got a good opportunity to cross. It is a good cross. Wellington, he gets a touch over the top. Wellington screaming to his teammates to show a bit of fight. Comes off Kim. Time for a change. Yuto Suzuki on for Kosuke Onose. Sort of an hour of regular time to go, or thereabouts. The man who's just joined on loan from Frontale, making his debut. Susei, goalkeeper gets close to it, but not close enough. Shot is fired over the top in the end, quite harmlessly. Saki, full header forwards for Tanaka. Giving big chase there, Hyogo Furuhashi, forcing Higashiguchi to concede possession. Iniesta out wide, it goes to Tanaka, behind. Certainly is having an impact. A little bit more punch in the attack with Junya Tanaka there. Big spell of the game now for Gamba. They try to push towards safety in the top half of the table. Hatsuse's corner. Wellington. Oh, and he nearly got there, Furuhashi. Up every second now is Masaki Higashiguchi. Loose ball, Iniesta. Plays it wonderfully to Furuhashi. Furuhashi goes down, and it is a penalty kick. Ryuji Sato says to Yasuhito Endo, I know what I saw, and he points to the spot. And this is an enormous opportunity for Vissel Kobe. Furuhashi, a little touch from Yuya Fukuda. There was considered to be sufficient, and there was contact. So it will be Andres Iniesta from the spot. He scored a penalty kick in the dramatic 5-3 win against Grampus. With a little over 10 minutes to go, this is a huge moment, not just in this game, but in Vissel Kobe's season, because they are slipping down the table. Iniesta, saved! Rebound, in! Heartbreak for Higashiguchi, game on for Vissel Kobe. He doesn't often need a second chance, and when you give him one, he takes it. It's brutally tough on the goalkeeper, and he even gets his hands to the second one too. It's a very good save, and really just raw power from Iniesta at the second time. Good reading of the ball from Higashiguchi to make the initial stop, but it is Vissel Kobe 1, Gamba Osaka 2, and we've got ourselves a finish coming up. Fourth goal in J1 for Iniesta this season. Counter-attacking chance, Danclair stretching. To Suzuki making himself busy. Kurata doesn't have many options, but Usami was one and curls it wide. Momentum is palpably with the home side. Iniesta. Daigo Nishi has come on. It's replaced So Fujitani on the right-hand side. Very experienced player. 32 at the end of this month, Daigo Nishi. Man who's won an enormous number of trophies for the Antlers. Well, he couldn't have done much more, could he, Saki Higashiguchi? His only crime was managing to palm the ball clearly out to the side. That isn't much of a crime. It's an Iniesta penalty. The Hanshin Derby gathers pace here at the Noevir Stadium in Kobe. It's ahead of Masuyama, who's done well to keep it under control. Masuyama floating it towards Wellington. Yeah, absolutely, he says. Almost. Very nearly perfectly played by the 22-year-old. He'll be relishing the chance to make an impact, Masuyama. He only played once in the league this season, right back in April. They just look a different team now, Gamba. Not at all as confident in possession. Just a little bit fragile. Vissel chasing everything down, trying to put pressure on every Gamba player. The Attackers right back to Higashiguchi. It's starting to work. Can they make it count? Yamaguchi. A bit tentative in trying to get the ball away. It's recovered. Masuyama. Goal scorer has it. Masuyama plays it quickly to Hansuse, drifts into the box. Hansuse will run to Daigo Nishi. Nishi, clever ball, very clever ball, arriving is Asahi Masuyama. He's barely played in the league this season, and he gets the equalising goal in the Hanshin Derby. What an impact from young Asahi Masuyama. Came all the way out to Daigo Nishi, and this is a clever delivery from Nishi, and what a well-timed run too from Masuyama. And suddenly, Vissel Kobe are level. You'll remember that moment for a long time indeed. Only the third league goal he's ever scored for Vissel, and the first since the 2017 season. It's a corner to Vissel as they continue the pressure. Who got the winning goal in March, now providing the corner kick. Vissel can find a way to take a win out of this game. It could really kickstart their survival campaign. In what has been such an up and down season, this game exemplifies it all. Tanaka's delivery goes to the back post towards Osaki. He's got to get back fast now. So it looks as though not in any hurry, really, Gamba to push forward for a winning goal. Yet again, Wellington was pressurising Higashiguchi's clearance, as he's done all game, frankly. Takashi Usami replaced by the 21-year-old from Osaka, Ryotaro Meshino. He's quietly really impressing Meshino. Needs to do something loud in this game though. It would be if he get the winner here. A real statement. Fukura. Better spell this for Gamba. Meshino, oh, he was nearly brought down by Yamaguchi. It's tricky play. Subject to things that are tricky. Here is Furuhashi, almost played in Masuyama. Play on, advantage to the visitors. Admilson, deflected off Dankler to his almighty roar and reaction. There's that off his chest. As Admilson's shot is blocked. We look back at the moment where Gamba had three chances, only seconds apart, pumped away by Junya Tanaka. Iniesta, up and under, Masuyama, and out comes Higashiguchi. It's a bold goalkeeping move and it worked. Masuyama once more, he's looking superb, he's had a huge impact since coming on. Not just with the goal too, big slip and that's a foul and must be a yellow card. Saki booked. First caution of the contest. There's no doubt about that. One would suggest that Leo Osaki rather knew what he was doing there. Made a tactical decision to take the yellow card. Tanaka on the overlap. They chase the winning goal. Wellington too heavy with his touch. Chance for Gamba to go long. The game becoming stretched. Too stretched for Kurata. Kurata, whose opening goal now seems like it will not be part of a Gamba victory. Oh, and then at the other end, exactly the same thing for Furuhashi. Frantic ending to the Hanshin Derby. All extremely entertaining. Masuyama overlapping is Nishi. Iniesta. The middle, headed away by Kim as Wellington was closest to being able to connect to that ball. Iniesta, they've got to be careful not to bring him down right now. Yuto Suzuki. Very aggressive play from Furuhashi, who's run himself and Gamba ragged. You always get that from Kyogo Furuhashi. Are we destined for a draw, or is there a heartbreaker somewhere? Furuhashi dispossessed. Endo calmly plays it to Yajima. Nilsson feels strongly that he was blocked off by Masuyama. Thoroughly entertaining closing stages to this game as Iniesta shoots straight at Higashiguchi. Be one or two more twists and turns in this engrossing football match here in Kansai. All the way through from the back is Miura. Meshino, can he make a huge impact and a statement here? Still Meshino, hard to get the ball off. He may well shoot. And it is blocked behind off Osaki, who did very well to stay with the youngster. Been doing very good things in the under-23 side. Side that he knows an awful lot about. Otto took over last year after 2 years in charge of those under-23s, so he knows the youngsters that have come through. It's Danclair away. ball, Suzuki. Endo calls for it and receives it. This is clever play, intricate. Pulled back only as far as Yamaguchi. And now the opportunity for Daigo Nishi to come forwards. And he tries to find Tanaka. Can he do it again off the bar? So nearly exactly what happened in the reverse fixture back in March. But this time, Junya Tanaka cannot get the winner. This time he strikes the bar. Nielsen in space and wanting the ball. What a remarkable case of deja vu that would have been. Frantic ending to this derby match, and it may not be over. Masuyama, again, Tanaka will go through. Instead it's Wellington who will hit. Hashiguchi says, come on now, it's our turn. Let's stun them at the other end. Yajima. Time running out for both of these sides. Endo, clever play to Meshino. They manage to keep their composure defensively, Vissel. Iniesta tries to run it forwards. Advantage played. Tanaka is free, and he has it. Roared on by the home fans. Goes on the diagonal, as he's already done once in this game, to Hatsuse. Goalkeeper's nearly there, and Wellington was threatening. There's going to be another opportunity for Vissel. Having hit the crossbar just moments ago, now Junya Tanaka to send in the corner. His chance is surely a running out. I thought that a couple of minutes ago. Look what's happened. It's a good delivery again. Wellington almost having the last opportunity of the game. And he almost won it. What an absolutely extraordinary match, as Truth Wellington just took a bit of an impact at the close of play. It's going to take some recovering for everyone there. Gamba Osaka led the game by 2-0. They had a chance to lead it 3-0. Wellington is definitely feeling some discomfort. But at the close of play here at the Noevir Stadium in Kobe, it finishes Vissel 2, Gamba 2. The more immediate concern is Wellington. He's definitely hurt himself in that final attack. What a thrilling game. As we look back at the moment where Tanaka almost won it and thought he'd won it. Nishi playing in Tanaka to very nearly steal the 3 points. What would have been an enormous 3 points for Vissel Kobe. They are still not out of danger, but it's a mighty recovery for Torsten Fink's team.